Looks like real bread, right? And yet, no flour, no yeast, no gluten. And look how fluffy it came out, how spongy and moist, how much it rose. My name is Oksana. A little bit of my favorite blend spice. Alrighty, let me show you how I make my green buckwheat bread, which comes out like real loaf, sliceable, fluffy, and honestly, it tastes even better the next day. Come, follow me to the sink. I absolutely love green buckwheat. It's not very popular in the United States just yet. That's why I'm making this video. But it is technically a seed that is naturally gluten-free, very high in plant protein, and is so gut-friendly. I do have a separate video on it on full benefits if you're interested, where I also show how you can sprout it because it comes out delicious. Now, let me tell you what I have here. You'll need 3 cups of dry green buckwheat, pre-soaked overnight with a splash of apple cider vinegar. I do have a separate video on why and how to soak grain, so watch it if you're interested. But this is already ready. So what we're gonna do, we need to just rinse it. When you soak green buckwheat, it gets very slimy. So it is important to give it a very good rinse before doing anything with it. Whether you're baking with it or whether you're sprouting it. You see how the water comes out? And technically, you can eat it even like this. It's ready. It requires minimal processing. Okay, we're ready to mix it. It literally takes like 5 minutes. Only, like 4 ingredients. We're gonna need a blender. Definitely, you need a blender like this. A little bit of apple cider vinegar. I'll let you know all the details, all proportions. And my favorite spice blend, universal spice blend, but that I use in every single meal except my water and my coffee. I do have a video how to make it. This is a 16 spices upgraded version, as I call it, that evolved over time from my original recipe. And original recipe is posted on my channel. So do watch it. I'll put a link for your reference. And we need one more thing. Extra virgin olive oil. Just a little bit. The purpose of olive oil in flourless baking is to keep moisture. Otherwise, the bread is going to be like crummy. So that's to answer like a question for those people. Can you skip it? It's going to be up to you. Definitely, it's going to change the texture. So let's start blending. So we will need just a little bit of water. Green buckwheat, unlike, for example, lentils or quinoa. I do have a video how I make my lentil quinoa buns, by the way, and they went viral. But unlike other grains, buckwheat holds to a lot of water. So that's why when making a dough, you really have to be careful not to overwater it. So just 100 ml of water. Let me just check how much. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Oh, where's my tablespoon? This is half a tablespoon. Okay. So 4 of these. 1. Okay. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, raw, unfiltered with the mother. And the reason behind it is to start the fermentation. So 1 tablespoon. This is half a tablespoon, not to confuse you. To help jumpstart the fermentation. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, letting you know that we will be fermenting it. Salt, to my taste, I like 2 teaspoons. You can certainly adjust it to your liking. And my favorite spice blend. So 1 teaspoon. So you definitely want to learn to use lots of spices in your cooking because it increases nutritional value of your product, of the meals that you're cooking. Now, this is important. One last ingredient that will actually make it into a loaf and make it sliceable and high in fiber psyllium. I'm talking about psyllium powder. So if you watched my other videos, I do have a whole video on the benefits of psyllium, and I touch on how you can use it in baking. I generally prefer whole husks. However, for this recipe, and trust me, I've tried it a bazillion times, powder works better because this dough requires such gentle handling and such minimal blending and touching that powder works almost immediately. You'll need 2 tablespoons of powder, psyllium husks powder. If you have whole husks, you can still use it, but the proportions are going to be different. You're going to need a little more. I'll post them under this video. Generally, it would be like 4 tablespoons. Now, mixing it. Now, this step is ultra important because we don't want to over blend it. Otherwise, your bread will turn into a brick. So I have dough setting. If you have the lowest setting on your mixer or on your blender, use it. So that's it for like a minute and a half, no more. Like even a minute, 15 seconds. So one quick intervention here, scrape off the crumbs down. One last very quick mix, and we're going to be done. Now we need to transfer it to a bowl to ferment. And again, you don't want to handle it a lot. You don't want to be touching it, kneading it, mixing it. As little interaction as possible because buckwheat is so gentle, and the more you handle it, the less air pockets there are going to be, and the more it's going to be compressed, and it come out like gummy-like inside. You see how thick the dough is already? Can you see like little chunks of buckwheat groans? So you definitely want them. It helps with an overall texture. Close with the lid, and we're ready to ferment it. 6 to 8 hours. 2 options for fermentation. Either bread-proof option if your oven has it, stick it in the oven, it heats it up inside to 95 degrees Celsius. Or like if you're like my oven, what you want to do, thanks to my followers, thanks to your comments, I now know that you can simply turn on the light inside of the oven, and it's going to do well too, because we want a temperature a little higher than room temperature. Now, why do we ferment? Well, 2 reasons: digestibility and leavening, so rising effect. This is what allows this bread to be gluten-free, flourless, and still look and taste good. No more than 6 to 8 hours, because over fermentation will lead to too much sourness and taste, and most importantly, it'll affect the texture of the bread. Compared to my viral quinoa-lentil buns, which require long fermentation, like 10 to 12 hours because they're denser, buckwheat is very, very light, so that's why you gotta be careful there. Now, did you also notice I didn't use baking powder or baking soda? Fermentation will do the process because of the light texture. Trust me, adding one of those makes no difference. I tried many, many times. Oh, did you get to try my buns yet? Let me know in the comments. I love, love, love reading the comments, and I love even more when you make my recipes. To streamline the process, I pre-fermented the dough already. So let me show you the final ready to bake product. It definitely grew in size, and got little fluffier. Set your oven to 360, and we're gonna bake it for 65 minutes. I used this bread loaf pan and a silicone liner. You definitely want to use some sort of liner. You can use parchment paper. And grease it with a little bit of oil. Now, this is the critical part. Again, handling. So I'm going to put a glove for this purpose. So you literally just want to flop it in there without kneading, without mixing. just like that. We want to preserve those air pockets. No compressing, no stumping, just gentle pressing down like this. You can even let it sit for a few minutes so it shapes itself into the pan. Very, very gentle. This will do. I like it to have like a little ragged look like this, like artisan look. Ready for baking? 65 minutes at 360, top shelf. Okay, now do not slam the door. Very gently. If you are trying to reset your health and take your eating habits to the next level, I created a 2-week meal plan in my cookbook, which features recipes just like this one that help you heal. And by the way, my viral lentil buns are part of this book. I put the link below. The moment of truth. Let's see how it came out. You know how some gluten-free breads are gummy or taste like cardboard? This one is different. Wait till you see it. This is true whole food product. You know, if you can imagine how something grows, that's a true whole food. So there is nothing, absolutely nothing processed in this bread. Your gut, your body is going to love it. Would you eat it?